Hello all, Bloomncheeza here. This is Marvel Mondays. Last episode for Wandavision. Still gonna continue for the new season that is coming next week and in the weeks after that, which is gonna be Winter Soldier. Still Marvel Mondays. Hope you guys do like. Hope you guys do comment right down there. Hope you guys do subscribe. Here we go. Hello, it's time to talk all about the WandaVision episode 9. My thoughts on episode 9 were greatly influenced by a Collider article that I will leave in the description. Episode 9 started right away, where episode 8 left off, with both boys ensnared. After releasing the boys and fighting more, Agnes revealed she knows the Wanda is the Scarlet Witch. We learned that last time. In her relic book she summoned, Agnes points out that the so-called Scarlet Witch is to bring the destruction of the world. In saying so, Agnes shows she wants the power for herself because she knows what to do with it. White Vision arrives with a directive to take Wanda out. Color Vision tackles the White Vision. Fight scene commences. Monica is being held by Pietro in his room, the fake Pietro. Back to Agnes and the Wanda fight. Agnes released the mind control from the people of the Westview, being able to speak to their minds overwhelmed Wanda, and she opened cracks in the force field to let them escape. Sword drove in, but the Vision and the kids cannot survive without the field, so she put it back to its square so the kids and Vision could survive. Then the army came and the 3 battles resumed. Vision versus Vision, Wanda versus Agnes, and the boys versus Sword. Monica helps the boys with the new abilities to slow down gun shells. She almost turns like a goo substance to slow it down. There's of course another fight in progress as Vision faces off against the White Vision. The two of them are doing a very good job of destroying the local library. But it's words, not lasers or fists, that end up saving the day, as Vision manages to engage with White Vision on a classic identity metaphysics question. The ship of Theseus, a thought experiment very relevant to their situation as 2 renditions of the same entity. Vision, or at least the guy we've come to accept the Vision this whole time, uses this as an opportunity to reactivate the data that the White Vision contains, opening up memories that cause White Vision to lay off his attack and fly away. This allows Vision to rejoin his family in battle, but Wanda pushes him aside to take down Agatha herself. Using Agnes's trick from before, lining a set space with magical runes, she makes the runes with her magic in the walls of the city that they're in to disable Agatha's abilities. Wanda then transforms Agatha back into Agnes, even while Agatha tells her, "You're going to need me." Agatha's justified in this, giving that their fight has clearly unlocked a whole new level of power within Wanda. But all Wanda says is, "If I do, I know where to find you." Outside of Westview, our pal Agent Wu, capable of his own kind of magic, has managed to call the FBI to stop Director Hayward. And inside Westview, Hayward himself gets taken out when Darcy arrives in her funnel cake truck just in time to slam into his Hummer with a cheery "have fun in prison." With White Vision flying away, Agatha trapped again in her noisy neighbor Priscilla, and FBI control of the sword's illicit shenanigans, things are pretty much wrapped up, except for the fact that Wanda now has to set things right, and that means saying goodbye to her family. So she, Vision, and the boys go home. They tuck their sons into bed, and the barrier outside grows even closer because Wanda is pushing it back. "Boys, thanks for choosing me to be your mom," Wanda says. And then she and Vision go downstairs for yet another goodbye. Given the situation, Vision has some questions about the nature of his reality, specifically who he is. Wanda says this: "You, Vision, are the piece of the Mind Stone that lives in me. You are a body of wires and blood and bone that I created. You are my sadness and my hope, but mostly you are my love." As Vision answers, "I have been a voice with no body, a body with no human, and now a memory made real. Who knows what I might be next?" And we have to say goodbye before it stands to reason. And Wanda says at the last, we'll say hello again." And lastly, Vision's replies, "So long, darling." For anyone that watched, in my opinion, that was the greatest cinematic moment, bringing all Marvel nerds to tears, even me, in this whole season. Very cinematic. Wanda, by the time, is decreasing the barrier, having it centered around on her house. She's the last one that gets turned back to normal. That way she can say goodbye to her family. Then the barrier arrives, restoring everything to where it was before Wanda's world. You can see it flip through the eras. Changing burst of grief. In doing so, Vision disappears with grief. But it shows nothing of the kids, all tucked in their bed. Wanda returns to the center of town to meet an understanding Monica and acknowledges how much hurt she caused the people of the Westview by losing control. "I don't understand this power, but I will," she tells Monica before leaving town, just as the cavalry or the FBI arrives. Great episode. Great ending. This was fantastic. Now for the post-credits, what everyone is talking about. In the first of the two post-credit scenes, Monica compliments Jimmy Woo on taking control of the scene before being asked to speak with another agent, who, inside the movie theater, reveals herself to be a Skrull. Not just that, but one who was sent by an old friend of your mother's. She set up a meeting. When Monica asks where said meeting might happen, the Skrull just points up and smiles. And then Monica smiles back. In the second sequence, we see Wanda hanging out with a remote mountainous location at a house, old broken down house. But while she makes a cup of tea and some very cozy sweats, we see a second Wanda in full Scarlet Witch mode, floating in the air, studying the dark hold as the voices of Billy and Tommy cry out for help. Perhaps some sort of multiverse? That is all I have for today. This was a fantastic ending. I couldn't hope for a better ending to this series, really. And it tied everything in a nice little bow. This was probably the best ending episode I have liked in a long time from Disney, really. Not counting Marvel, just exceeds everything in Marvel. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys do like, comment, and subscribe. Bloomncheeza out of here.